So you are welcome to my healthy food place, where we share ideas and recipes on how you can stay healthy naturally. So we'll continue with our subject on sleep. But today, the focus is on the top foods that support sleep. Remember, we talked on foods, sleep problems and solutions, but could not conclude on it. It's a very wide subject. The subject of sleep is very, very wide. Even as we speak today, it can still not be concluded, except that I'd already made a video which you also need to watch. And if you are coming this way for the first time, I am Grace, and I'm the Gracious Grace. I'm your host. And so I share my life, the things that are helping me on this channel to stay healthy. And if you are someone that desires to live a healthy life naturally, I mean, you don't want to spend your life on drugs all the time. Or maybe you are even tired or fed up with too much medications. This is the place to be, so that you can also join our channel as a member. So today I want to talk on the top foods. Now, as we get older, sleep problems increases. That's my own view, and that is the way I have seen it to be. As we get older, the sleep problems seem to increase because of many things. Because we're avoiding foods, and a good number of these foods are the foods that sometimes come with complete amino acid. A good number of these foods are food that come with nutrients that we need in order for us to sleep. And a good number of people are even going through this problem and still going through it. Even sometimes you may be thinking that somebody was responsible. That was the years of ignorance. You may be thinking that someone was responsible for your not sleeping. We were all in it. It's ignorance. And so today I want you to follow, because it is the foods, the exact foods that I have used, not all of them. If you go through my recent video, which I did on 30 foods to help you sleep, what I want to talk about today is a bit different. So it's not something to say it's a repetition of, because the subject of sleep is quite wide. I mentioned the 30 foods, but not all of them are mentioned there. And as a matter of fact, changes are taking place on a daily basis in our body as you get older. Some things that worked 5 years ago, you'll be surprised that after many years, they are no longer working. Or either they are working, but they have reduced. The effect has reduced. Now, I'll give you an example of some foods like that. You agree that fish oil is one of the brain foods. I mean, fatty fish, and most time we talk of fish oil. It's one of the brain foods that helps you to sleep. But I also observed something lately, that as you begin to march into the age of 60, or you're already over 60, you will now notice that there is another nutrient that seems to be superseding that fish oil when it comes in terms of relaxation, and that is magnesium. And it is important for us to focus on the magnesium-rich foods. Begin to search for them. And these magnesium-rich foods, sometimes you can find them in some seeds. Of course, majority of them are in the seeds. Sometimes you can find them in the nuts. Of course, majority of them are in the nuts. But then sometimes also you can occasionally find them in teas, a few teas. But if you are someone that takes a lot of teas, you may sometimes be deficient in magnesium. I used to be a tea lover. I mean, all kinds of teas, black tea, green tea. The reason why I will respond to those people who are asking questions about whether black tea is good for old people, whether green tea is My answer generally is that you should reduce teas, leafy teas, especially black and green teas. For instance, I hadn't taken black tea for a long time. The last time I took it, it almost spoiled my night. Black tea. There are so many brands of it. So, but there are a very few teas also that helps. And now, when you are also having problem with sleeping, most times also the heart is very much involved in sleep, because it is the heart that makes us to wake up. If your heart doesn't start pumping properly, you cannot wake up. It is the heart that's going to do that job for you to wake up. The breathing in and breathing out. If one breathes in and could not breathe out, that person is gone. And so the nutrients that are responsible in this contraction of the heart is the ones that we seniors should focus on. And even recently, I noticed that when you go on a stressful walk, I'm going to show you one supplement. I told us that I don't take, I've even dropped vitamin C. Some years ago, I was occasionally taking vitamin C, but honestly, for more than 2-3 years, I had dropped it. Nothing like vitamin C again. High potency, there's nothing like that. But now, I had also brought in something else recently in this 2025, after clocking 60 years. And I'll tell you why. I noticed that when you go out on a stressful walk or on exercising, or you are involved in some physical activity, that tend to stress your body out. This is my own experience. You notice that the body takes longer to relax. Most time when you go lie down on the bed, you will just be tossing here and there. It looks like you will lie down for a longer time before you finally sleep. And most times, before you eventually sleep, others who have been deeply asleep are already awake. Maybe it's already 4 a.m. And so I brought in this supplement after noticing that and that is it. I'm not going here to be showing us the brand of it, but that is magnesium. It's not something I take every day, but anytime I'm involved in physical exercising or movements, I notice that if I do not take something to help, it may take longer to sleep. And so what I normally do, and it's working for me, sometimes I could stay for 5 days, I don't take it. Sometimes 10 days, I don't take it. But whenever I'm involved in some form of physical stress, exercise or stress, maybe activity, that night, I'll take 1 tablet of that magnesium, 500 mg. And when I take it, it doesn't take long for me to relax and sleep. I tell you people the truth. As you get older, things are changing in your body. And so if I had to lie on the bed and then you'll be tossing because maybe your body is exhausted of magnesium, you have to use them all. Because it seems to me that when we are exercising or doing some of this, activity, magnesium seems to be more involved in terms of minerals that go out. That is the truth. That's what I find out. That's what I'm thinking. And so instead of taking long to lie on the bed, tossing up and down, in those days, it used to be calcium, it used to be fish oil. But I had also tried on some occasions to take fish oil. These things are practical. And I was still awake. And I noticed that whenever I take the magnesium, 500 mg, just one, I tend to sleep off quicker. And who wouldn't want to sleep off faster? when we are on a fast world, you want to sleep when others are sleeping and wake up when others are waking up. And not just your body is resting first. Sometimes you'll be urinating, go to urinate, come back, and then your body is trying to rest from the stress. And it takes longer because of the age. It's taking longer for the body to unwind. So what I am doing these days, I just started it, is to take one dose of this 500 mg after I clock 60 years, if I'm involved in very serious physical activity, to help my body to quickly unwind and take off and to calm it down, because it seems to be like an engine. It's still working. And so that is one of the latest. But besides that, there are foods that I want to share with us here that are good sources that has been working perfectly for me too. Number one is pumpkin seeds. And I want to tell you how I take my pumpkin seeds. Now, before now, I was taking other nuts that are also sources of magnesium. Most nuts are good sources, like peanuts, cashew nuts. But you discover that over the years, because we seem to be consuming the peanut too much, it's cheaper, it's more available, and so because we seem to be consuming it, our bodies tend to have been saturated, if you ask me, with the peanuts. And so, and for various other reasons also, it doesn't seem to really be giving us a very good effect in terms of sleep, but it is supposed to do, and it does if you don't take too much. So that is my view. So I noticed that it's no longer, giving all those kind of effect. So I tried pumpkin seeds. I roasted it with a few sesame seeds. Honestly, it worked. After suspending the peanut for a while. Now, when you are experiencing lack of sleep, find out the cause. But I noticed the cause in most elderly people is low magnesium. Then sometimes low exercise. That's why I included body massage in that 30 foods as the last 3 and 3 things that you need to do to improve your sleep. There are some exercises also that can help your body to quickly unwind for you to sleep. And so the magnesium-rich foods, I have tested the pumpkin seeds, roasted a few pumpkin seeds. It's high in fat too, for those tiny seeds. Then consume them. It calms the brain and helps you to sleep. And it helps me to sleep, quality sleep. Because there are different types and levels of sleep. There are some sleep you sleep. You are wondering, did I really sleep? That's not, I'm talking of sleep that refreshes and relaxes your brain. Then I want to also share with you some of other things that I take these days. I already made a video on how I take sea salt, and it's working for me. But it's not an everyday thing. It doesn't matter what you are taking to resolve any issue, any natural food. You don't have to be be so repetitive about it. If you do, your body over time will get saturated with it. Your body will just get fed up of it. That's how our body is. So if you discover any food that's helping you sleep, manage it very well so that your body won't get saturated and fed up of it. So it doesn't seem to be giving you the results that you got the first time you used it. And that is why even the pumpkin seed, I don't take it every day. Yes, I take it a few times in a week, maybe 4 times or 5 times. 4 days or 5 days, sometimes less. I just dry roast it with a few pumpkin seeds. And lately I decided to bring sunflower seeds. I'm still testing out that one. These foods are foods that are rich in magnesium. And the good thing, they are not so high in calorie, because too much calorie also is not good for us. And so that is it. So you have to seek out the magnesium-rich foods, specifically seniors. it affects you a lot. When you go out, exercise, go for activities, church, market, shoppings, and the rest of it, when you come back and you're finding it difficult to relax, you can get some magnesium-rich foods. Sometimes I prepare the finger millet. It works also. It's a magnesium-rich food. Yes, I just make it a little like pap, very light. If I don't want anything to swallow or whatever, it works. And there are other magnesium, even the cocoa is a magnesium-rich food, the pure cocoa that we normally bitter cocoa, except that it has a mild form of caffeine, which most times doesn't even interfere with the sleep of some people. But if your body is already crying out for magnesium, the moment you take that cocoa and you hadn't been taking it before, you are going to sleep like a baby. That is it. I know, I remember recommending it to someone who said, the person said that she slept and I didn't even know when she woke up. That means the sleep was so good, so sweet. When it was done, that was one of the most beautiful nights. So I also occasionally take it, but because of that little caffeine, I'm very also conscious because of the night. Sometimes it interferes without you knowing it. But I know, if you are not someone that is already knowledgeable in some of them, you may not know why your sleep is not so deep like that. Good morning. Okay, it's good afternoon here. Blue butterflies, you are highly welcome. And I want to really appreciate you. You know, last year you said so many good things about my channel, and those things are happening. And I want to really thank God. I can't forget those words, you know, because when you wish something, I think that's how the word witchcraft comes about. When you wish something for someone, sometimes it does happen. And so I want to really thank you for those kind words, those positive words and declarations about my channel. I can see my channel is really, you know, things are looking up here, and you can see it yourself. So once again, you are welcome. So I'm talking on the food sources of magnesium. I talked about 30 foods. I made a video yesterday on 30 foods that helps us to sleep. Very a little bit comprehensive, but not totally. So, but in this life, I'm sharing the recent ones that I'm actually practicing. When I clocked 60, I noticed that sometimes when I go for shopping or do some things, in the night, my body is like, it's taking much longer to unwind, to settle. It's like, the body is like, you know, you stay small time, you go and do something small. It's not calming down. That's what I'm saying. So I started by saying that I went to one pharmacy and got this magnesium, high potency magnesium here. I'm not on any paid promotion, so I'm not here to advertise any product, but it's a magnesium. So anyone that you find that you like, you can go for it. There are magnesium sulfate. There are different types of magnesium for different concerns in the body, but this one is just I think it's just mixed. There is no specific, so it's for rest and relaxation. So I got it, and sometimes in the whole week I won't take it, but whenever I know I'm engaged in a very stressful activity outside, maybe from church to meeting or some other activities, immediately I go to lie down. That's one of my secrets these days. Instead of just waiting and tossing up and down, when I know that I will still have to wake up at the same time with that, and go. The first day I tried it didn't really work. But the next time I tried, after about a week or two, it worked perfectly. It worked perfectly. Just your brain and your bodies just seem to settle. And of course, you know that when you have a good sleep, you are going to wake up feeling refreshed, feeling happy. Your blood pressure, your blood sugar, and everything about you, you know, that is it. So then there are other foods. I mean, I was just talking about the cocoa. It's another good one. But I also talking about the finger millet. Sometimes I take it, although that is a product that is in powder form. There are so many of them. You can find them in supermarkets. Grains are basic. Most grains are rich in magnesium. grains like millet. There are different types of millet, even sorghum jowar, sorghum bicolor. There are all other grains, the oats, all of them, they have magnesium. A good number of them, I've tested them and I found that they are good. But because they contain some amount of carbs, so sometimes you are still mindful of them because of the presence of carbs. So I prefer them like in the morning. But that finger millet is okay. Then there are other foods. I've talked about pumpkin seeds. It's working very well for me too when it comes to sleep. So when I notice that the sleep problem is trying to sneak in, because normally it starts sneaking in like that, I just go and get my pumpkin seed. Now, before now, it was all about calcium. Yes, all of them contribute to quality sleep. But I have realized that it's no more about calcium as you get older. It's about other minerals, even zinc, but particularly this magnesium of 18. So I began to also focus my eyes, and I want you to focus your eyes more. If you are a senior, you are already 60, or you are just about to be 60, you need to focus your eyes on that magnesium-rich foods. And I mentioned that most of them are in the nuts, like almond is a good source. Almond nut is a good source. Lately, I have not had it for more than 2 months. I have not found a good one. And when I go to the market, I see they're very scanty, and the prices they are giving is very, very high. So I still keep watching. It's very good when you soak it. Then also because of one of the experience I had with it, which I shared with others, some of us are not aware that it is a source of cyanic acid. So we have to take it less. And so there are other foods that helps with sleep, which I have also been using intermittently. You don't have to focus on any one particular food or remedy or tea. Sometimes, okay, like you are saying now, almonds is very rich in magnesium and calcium, and these are the two nutrients that best supports our heart health. But like me now, if I take, as tiny as it is, if you take like 2 before bed, it works. But if you take up to 5 in a day or 6, I don't think it's bad. But anything more than that, more than 5 or 6, it looks tiny, but they are very dense. For the first day, may not look like it's much, but if you do it consistently for a few days, then it begins to accumulate. But 4 or 5 almonds will give you good result. But if it's at a stretch, 2 or 3 almonds is what I normally take if I want to go to bed, having soaked them in the morning, and I haven't had them now for more than a month. That's how I do. When I do some, I leave that one off. I go to do something else, and then after, just interchangeably. And that is one of the secrets. Okay, say you eat a pound bag in a day. Okay, you get them ready in a day and keep. Okay, it depends, but don't eat it too much so that you won't start having the negative effect of cyanic acid. I don't know whether you watched my video or you were present when I talked about the ugly side effect of almonds, which nobody is talking about, and that is the presence of cyanic acid. Sometimes it starts to itch on your skin, like something like an ant. Some people reported to me, some people were saying it was they were thinking it's a nerve problem and what. Some say it's high sugar. Everything we accuse sugar. But we later found, while discussing with them, I found they were taking up to 10 almonds, 12 almonds, some taking 13 in a day, and for over a long period of time. And so a good number of them were already having some of the negative side effects of the cyanic acid, and it can lead to death if you don't moderate it. And then not just that, it's what it's what I personally experienced. So when I go counseling people, when people come for chats and complain of certain things. And I investigate and found out that they were eating much almond, seniors. So you need to slow down. And I discovered that when they slow down, those things began to, ameliorate. Like my own, when I was taking the almond regularly, I soak it, I was taking it, I almost wanted to replace it remove peanut and other nuts. And that is one of the things that makes me always say that moderation is our rule. We should not focus on one food. There's no one perfect food. So I was taking it, but I tell you, it's over a month. When I say a month, I mean it, if not 2 months, that I have been off the almond. Occasionally, I take pumpkin seed, very good for sleep too. I dry roast it with chia seed, the little chia seed, and then after dry roasting it, I eat it. It looks like it's small but very dense. You notice your brain will calm down to sleep. I like to take it in the morning because it's slightly heavy. It stays longer in the body. So the almond, when I talked about it, some people also confirmed that they were having some of those, effects already. So it's important to, if you notice it, there's nothing to worry about, just to slow down and allow your body to offload the excess. That's the beautiful thing about our body. Once you notice the cause of the problem and you stop it, our body will just begin to detox and take the excess out. So it's one of the food sources, the food that contain that cyanic acid, just which you can find in cassava, the cassava roots. So that doesn't make them not edible. We have for instance, we have the bitter almond, we have the sweet almond. So I have tried to find out the difference. I couldn't even see much difference in the images, except that one is slightly bigger. So it becomes difficult for some people to be able to identify whether they're eating the bitter almond or the sweet almond. So it's one of the magnesium-rich foods, very good. In fact, if you take it moderately, you will never want to stop it, no matter what anybody says. It's so good when it comes to your heart, because it is the heart that we are actually guarding against, like I said from the beginning. So we must focus on foods that support our heart. I noticed something also. Some people are not taking red drinks. Red drinks are great for our heart. And occasionally I do go for it to strengthen the heart. It's not only hibiscus tea. There's one other tea I'm taking lately, apart from hibiscus tea, beets, apart from sorghum bicolor. There are some other red teas, red fruits. Even where you are, my friend, you have a lot of red fruits. So occasionally you take them, those red fruits. They have special thing there for our heart. And when the heart is in good condition, our sleep is easier. There are some in our African countries. So apart from that, that in terms of magnesium, we can find it. Even cashew nut is a good source of magnesium too. I'm talking of magnesium-rich foods, which we need to include in moderation in order to support our sleep. Then remember that when you take anyone in excess, it's going to be like it's working against you. It becomes too heavy. The other foods that are good sources of magnesium, apart from cashew nut, you can also look out for foods like avocados. They are good sources also. All of them are brain foods. They have good amount of magnesium, all this pure cocoa and all of that. You have them even in seeds. It was even recently I realized that ginger, this ginger you are seeing, it has magnesium. And that's why it seemed to be a very good remedy for almost everything. Because if you are over 60 or you're up to 60, if you use anything, whether you are applying it topically, if it doesn't have magnesium, it tends to draw magnesium away from your heart, whether you're massaging it or not. That's what I noticed. But it's only ginger that doesn't do that. So I went to search more about ginger. I found out that it has some amount of magnesium. I'm telling you, I don't know the type that it has because there are different types, but it seems to be suitable for almost everything. Use it to massage, you are okay. You use it for to pair with any drink. Like yesterday, I paired the ginger with this was one of my red drinks. I posted it on the community tab yesterday. We call it blood tonic. It's practically red. I have it at my backyard, so I planted it. So I just had to boil it. Anytime I boil it, it looks so red. I add a little of hibiscus flower and then little ginger, and it makes it come out very well. Once in a while, you just take those red drinks to, whether they are in the form of wine, or we can call it wine if you like, but if you make your own fresh drink that is red in color, it's very, very good. It helps to strengthen the heart, because it is the heart that we are working on. Then there are other teas that help, but not every day. Russian Guron, you're welcome. Now, a lot of people talk about chamomile tea. Let me talk about it. For sleep, it's so popular, but a lot of people are also not aware that it easily gets toxic. Yes, I have used it. I used it sometimes. I abandoned it for like 3-4 months. Now I have used it consistently and noticed that it can easily get toxic. And you asked me, okay, if you want to know how I got to know, you can drop a comment. Otherwise, we leave it. How do you know it's toxic? Because a lot of people are relying only, if you talk of sleep, anywhere they will say chamomile tea. I know. But when you hear the good side, isn't it good we tell you the ugly side too? Or you think you just be drinking it every day? If you want to know how I got to know, put it in the comment section. I will reply to it, or else I keep my mouth shut regarding that one. So you can make tea, that tea occasionally at night too. It helps you to relax. Yes, that too. And you will notice something about this relaxation of a thing. Most of them aids digestion, and that's what they help to control your blood sugar. That's what the chamomile tea also does. They come with almost no calorie, and then they help to support your digestion. Even the sea salt, warm water I said, it supports digestion. Poor digestion is always most times the problem with us adults. Maybe when you are hungry, you are just munching everything into your mouth. We all in it together. You just be munching everything. You eat this, you eat granite, you eat cashew. I do that sometime a day. I do. We all do. When the appetite is there and the food is there, you just enjoy yourself. Well, after enjoying yourself, then payday. When it's time for digestion, it seems you have muddled up a lot of foods, and the body will be struggling even at night. Yes, I know that we ought to be careful, but we are human. Sometimes all that we need may not be available. So maybe what you have is what you are taking, and then sometimes you may take in excess or take less. So I said that when you notice something like that, maybe you have eaten some things and it's not digesting. Recently, that's one thing also that immediately I chew it. That's tamarind seed. This is tamarind here, but some of you may not be familiar with it. But the seed inside it is very good, both for. After I wash it, take some time, dry roast it. Once I lie down and try to breathe in while lying on bed, because there are some exercises also that helps you sleep. We may not talk about that today. So once I notice that my belly is heavy, to breathe down, it seems that it's heavy for the heart. It means that sleep may not come naturally or easily. It may need support, digestive support. And that's why I made that video on papaya seeds, because it's one of the digestive aids too. Things that don't have sugar, that does not have calorie. So when after eating and you lie down and you try to breathe, and you notice that the stomach is heavier than usual, that means maybe the foods that you are eating during the day, calorie is too much or oil is too much or fat. That's my own experience. And what do? You start doing something right away. There are things to knock them off. You start adding digestive aid. Recently, I noticed that after eating, not that I noticed actually, I forgot. Maybe I forgot that I'd eaten some peanuts in the morning. I ate very well, but in the evening again, after going for a walk, I was offered to with what's it called, avocados. Honestly, after having it, he wanted to give trouble at night. Some of you know what I'm talking, but I had to attack it back. I chewed things like guava leaves. So you may not have access to some of these things, but there are some you can always have around you, like this papaya seeds. It's very, very good if you're having something that as you're lying down, the breathing is like the stomach is heavy, too heavy to lift. That's what happens when the calorie is too much, when the fat or the oil, the carbs, everything is too much, even the protein. If the calorie for the day is too much, it becomes difficult for the heart to lift it and to return. Sometimes it lifts it up. That is, the heart lifts up and then to return. Low calcium may not allow it to return it. It has happened to me several times. To return, I mean the heart breathing, then to return. That's why I said that we must work on these magnesium-rich foods, calcium-rich foods, because these are the two factors that the heart need to breathe in and to return. Calcium and magnesium, the two minerals that our heart needs to breathe in. I think the magnesium to breathe in, calcium to return. And so if one of them is in short supply, it becomes more difficult. Sometimes you breathe in, maybe something, if they are not able to say heart attack has attacked them or something like that. Heart attack or all those heart something. They can just, medically they can call it any name, but the point is that the heart could not return or could not do the work again. So that's why we should, take the sleep matter seriously, and then be careful with most of the teas that we are fond of, especially the caffeinated teas. Some people are still drinking it. Yes, if you are going well with it, fine, but you don't have to forget that caffeine also leaches magnesium out of you. So it reduces magnesium. And so there are some comments, people saying, should old people take black tea? My answer is no. Because of what? The magnesium issue. They say, should old people, I've seen some comments, some people are saying, should old people take green tea? I say reduce it. Because of what? This magnesium. So the old people who are already trying to protect their heart, and which is needed for you to sleep and to wake up, should focus on the magnesium-rich foods. And I've told us where we can find a good number of them. They are in the seeds, in the nuts. Seeds like cumin seeds. Many of you are not aware. It's very good for sleep. I've used it before. It worked very good. Make tea out of it. It makes you look younger, but it can also become toxic. So most of them, I've used them for a long time. There are also times when you need just olive oil. That most of the thing depends also on what you had during the day. There are certain times you may have had some, fruits that don't contain fat at all. Because these healthy fats are protective. And in that video, my last video I made, I said that elderly people or ailing people who are not familiar, who are not used to coconut oil, may not find it easy to incorporate into their diet after they have clocked 65 or 70 or even 60. So, but the one that they can easily incorporate is the cold pressed olive oil. It's higher in antioxidant, it's lower in saturated fat, it has a better profile, and then it has vitamin E in higher amount for your heart. And it is this vitamin E, which is an antioxidant that your heart needs. We're also looking for foods. That's why we often talk about the nuts and seeds. The nuts and seeds are good sources of the vitamin E, the minerals, magnesium, the calcium, and the rest of it. And so you need to ensure that you are, selectively watching out for those foods that will support the heart health, because the heart is involved in sleeping and waking up. That's just the thing. And you will notice, if you are very, very observant, that if you do not have sufficient magnesium, or if you are not sleeping well, you need to check your foods, whether you are consuming too much leafy teas. You need to check the foods you are taking, whether you are not even including magnesium-rich foods, calcium-rich foods, like this almond we talk about. So low magnesium, low calcium most time. And there's something about the sleeping, which I noticed about the sea salt warm water, which helps me sleep also. This one sea salt thing is the latest, but I tell you, I'm not even abusing it. Why do I say so? I don't take it every day. But the few times I took it, it worked. It was very hard for me to experiment it. And it's also a source of magnesium, minerals. It's said to have over 82 minerals, the sea salt. So the sea salt, when I put few stones of it inside the warm water, I think we have, let me show you now, this is sea salt here. So when I put like 1 stone of it inside warm water before bed, and I take it, before you know it, I'm also off to sleep. So it's one of the latest. And I said I will never abuse. Remember that salt is salt. When I put it, it supports digestion. I do notice it. You start pushing the thing down, the food down. Sometimes they are stuck up there. You feel it moving them down. And then at other times, you notice that it's just releasing those vitamins, those minerals. You could feel it. And it helps to balance your electrolytes. The electrical current in your life will just be at a balance. And you need that balance before you sleep. So, but before when you were much younger, you could just lie down anyhow, anywhere, and off you go. But now that you are getting older, your bodies tend to be asking for these things, requesting for them. That is just my own finding. You are no longer just getting away with a lot of habits, like late meals, you just eat and you go to bed. You are no longer getting away with it. I mentioned that there are some teas that you take, you go to bed. Last night, for instance, I had an early dinner, of course, and towards the night time, you guess what? I made rosemary tea and took a little out of it. And just as I was about to go to bed, I didn't have to go for any, whether magnesium, whatever. I had a little sip. When I saw the sleep was a little bit taking longer, and I rehearsed what I had doing, I had to take a sip of cold pressed olive oil. And honestly, before I realized it, I was off to sleep. So it depends on what your body is lacking. And most times, the needs of most seniors are the same. It boils down on these things. Magnesium, low calcium, poor blood circulation. Remember that rosemary is good in blood circulation. Then another time it could be low protein. It happens to me too. So it's not just anything. You don't have to just eat anything anymore. It's better to stay just like that. Because when you eat what your body doesn't want to use, it's going to keep you awake also. Either it causes you elevated blood sugar, or it will reduce the blood sugar, it can create any problem for you. And that problem will come up like an imbalance. And once you don't have that balance, you will just keep awake. That is it. These are things that you were getting away with before, but not anymore. And so you can test out some of these things. Sometimes mixed total tea. Sometimes you can try out the sea salt. These are some of my secrets. Sometimes you can try out the cold pressed olive oil, just a little. No, a lot of people are afraid of oil. I am too. But I tell you, sometimes it's fat. Once it's a good one, just not take in excess. The brain needs it. The brain needs it in order to communicate, in order to connect. Neka, Georgina, you're welcome. So the brain needs it. You're welcome to the house. So the brain needs it to connect. So when you are lying down and you are wondering, I am still making adjustments on a daily basis. Yes. No 2 days are the same. Yes, some people have a time for morning, a kind of timetable for everything. But some are not like that. And we are getting on fine. So what I'm saying is, don't try out only one thing for sleep. But you can get, what you can get from this chart is that magnesium is very critical for seniors. And you must seek out these magnesium-rich foods, which we are taking. One day, I actually said, okay, I don't like leafy teas anymore before bed. Most of them, in those days, you could just take green tea and go to bed, you sleep. You can just take mint tea, go to sleep. A lot of other teas, but except the tea is something like ginger tea, and you must be sure you hadn't had too much of spices, because if you have had too much spices during the day, you don't have to go for ginger. It begins to act like a stressor. You start feeling as if you're having stomach ulcer. So it's good for circulation. It can enhance sleep also. I said all of that before. But before making all these decisions on what to take, you need to ask your body what it is asking for from you. Very important. It's a secret. If you know you have had too much calorie, then you begin to look for calorie burning foods. It does happen occasionally too, that you have had too much calorie during the day, and when you want to sleep, to breathe, you breathe in, to breathe out, problem. Why? Because the stomach is too heavy. And you know what makes it to be too heavy again? I'll tell you. Most times, it's not producing enough acid because of stress. And that's why I force myself to take a nap or a break during the day. If you must sleep well at night, please take this as one of the top secrets of your sleeping. Please, I beg of you, this particular point, you must take a nap. It's one of the secrets that even saved my life several years ago. And now I notice that it's even more evident that if you don't take a nap, heart problem, that heart rhythm return and breathe and return is sometimes may not return because of stress. And when the body is too stressed, the stomach is not producing sufficient acid. If you know this, you must take a rest in the afternoon. If you are someone that's restless, like some of us, you must force yourself. Some people they are just restless. Not that something is wrong, but they just find something to be busy about. It's their life, it's their nature. So, but as you get older, you just have to be very, very, when I say deliberate about it, to take out some time, even if you are not feeling sleepy, you just go lie down. I have counseled people to do it. Practice it and see how it works. If you are not feeling sleepy, my dear, go lie down for like 35-40 minutes in the afternoon and close your eyes. Let the eyes relax. Let the eyes rest. Let the brain rest. You can meditate on the Bible, or you can meditate on whatever thing that's good or of good report, as the Bible says. You can think on all of these things, but just switch your mind, your brain. I do it as much as possible every day. At any day I didn't do it, I won't fall asleep easily. This is one of the things that are responsible for not sleeping. Women particularly, they are always busy. Men too. It's in both gender. Some is on the other side. So you are busy, you want to meet up with every program, church, you go to this one, you go to every meeting, dance meeting, everywhere. You want to be present in every occasion. You want to honor every invitation. But by the time you are trying to honor everything, it's working against you, whether you are even a pastor or whatever. Maybe it's time for you to start slowing down and resting. You don't want to. Midnight vigil, you will be there. Early morning prayer, you will be there, and you are already aging. You're already aging. If somebody says, advises you otherwise, you think the person is not spiritual enough. You think the person is not, is backsliding, is not praying enough, is no longer, not at all. God knows all of these things more than you and I. You need, when you are getting to certain age, give yourself some rest. I know what I have been through because of some of these things, and that's why I'm telling you, I'm begging of you that you should take out some time to rest. Even if your body is already used to, you're always preparing for one program or the other, just take out. Some people may look at you and you're backsliding or you're no more upcoming as before. Never mind. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about God. So you need to understand your own body, and the graces we all have are not the same. Some have the ability to be running here and there, and somehow they may not feel it. But in the night they can just. But you have to study your own body. So when it's time to you take a break. If you don't take that break in the afternoon, it takes longer in the night for the body to unwind. That's just what I have realized. So please, you can note this one down, that one of the secrets for you to sleep at night is to take a nap whether the nap involved sleeping. Let me just be more personal about it. Thank you. I love you more. Let me be more personal about this taking a nap. I suffered it because I'm someone, and I repeat, I'm someone that hardly rests. But I'm doing it now. Even when you lock some of us up in a room and force us to be on bed rest, if you come and peep, like one doctor said, I won't forget, said to me many years ago, if you come and peep in that room where you place us on bed rest, you will see me reading one leaflet, reading something. And I remember that those days, the doctor said, Grace, why are you like this? They say you should rest. Is this rest? I said, I'm resting. He said, this is not resting. You are reading something, you say you are resting. Is that not a book in your hand? So some of you, if you are lying down, you are reading, whether it's Bible or anything, put it down and let the eyes rest. So it is after the eyes have rested in the afternoon that you can easily fall asleep. Sleep is a very serious business for the body. To sleep and wake up, no be joke. Oh. Tomorrow is 1st of June. A lot of people didn't make it to the 31st of May as we speak now. So it's a big job. So the body needs to rest to be able to do it and to come back. It's a journey. When you go to a journey, sleep, and you return, you open your eyes. Your heart that went unknown place, is a mystery, has just returned, and you suddenly open your eyes and you discover you are in your room, your mind, everything is as it ought to be. I say, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord, that you are still on this side. Some people slept, their heart could not return. They couldn't make it. So that's what we are saying. So when we are talking about the sleeping of a thing, it starts in the morning. I said it in the afternoon. If you want to sleep, it begins in the morning. Some videos are all over flying that don't eat breakfast. I've tried that. It's even worse. If you don't, there was a day I said it in a video, but because of those of us who are here, there was a day recently. This happened this month. I think this month, maybe earlier this month. There was a day I said I just had to fast. Now, let me be honest with you. I had been involved in fasting. I mean, fasting for 3 days without food and water. Not once, not twice. As a growing person. I mean, no food, no water. 3 days. Bam. Not once, not twice. I've done it several times while as a young lady. Trying to, seek help. Trying to pray. But I noticed that now, I can't do any of such. I go on 3 days, no food, no water. I was doing that when I was 21 years, 22 years. When I was 18, 19, 20. When I was 17, I could remember the age. When I was doing this thing was the age as a teenage girl down to that point. So, but now, I can't do it. The one I tried, I waited recently till around maybe 4. My dear, I took my magnesium that night before I slept. And I said my body ran short of a lot of minerals. So when I lay down at night, my body was too light. There's a way you will lie down. You don't need any doctor or anybody to come and tell you that there's not going to be sleep this night for you. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I love you too. Oh, Uzamaka Nwakobi. Uzo Amaka. It sounds like an Anambarian name. So maybe you are from Anambra State. Thank you so much. So what I'm saying is that there are times when you lie down, and that's when what I mean by telling you that on those occasions now I've devised a means to help myself. Okay, yes, that's where I am from. I'm from Anambra too. I'm an Oka lady. Yes. So what I'm saying is that when you lie down, sometimes when you lie down and you cannot sleep, you don't need anybody to tell you that this night no sleep. You know why? Your brain will be so light. So immediately you lie down, there will be no kind of connection going on, because the sleep starts from the brain, the heaviness, light heaviness that descends on you to make you feel that. So it's that thing that makes me bring in the issue of magnesium. So once you lie down and you are not feeling that way, that was the way I felt the last day I did fast to almost 4 or 5. So when I lie down, like nothing was around. So I quickly took this and I slept. If it were in the years of ignorance, I would just lie down there, close my eyes, and it will be there. And guess what? What do you do when you are not sleeping? Can someone comment about it? You'll be thinking. Sometimes all the people that have died in your village, you'll be remembering them. A lot of things. It's not good to be awake at night, my dear. It's not good. It's not a good experience. You are not just awake. Your mind is just moving up and down. Okay, who is this? Hi, Andy Okereke. You're welcome. Joy Okafor. You're welcome. We have no man. Happy to be here. Okay, I'm glad to have you too. So we've gone so far, but on this issue of sleep, I've talked a lot on it. Some of the things that has worked for me. But the beautiful thing about it, you can still go back and watch the full discussion on it. In fact, I shared a lot today on the things that are helping me. I joined by yesterday. I was not able to sleep, so I'm worried. I joined because I joined something yesterday. I was not able to sleep, so I'm worried. I can't get that. Please, can you express that? You say I joined BC yesterday. Can you repeat that comment? Let me reply you. So, and let me know if you have not been able. Okay, because I was not able to sleep. How old are you? How old are you? Because my first experience of not sleeping was from the age 38. 37. I started feeling it from 36, 37. That was premenopause years. And that is also when money. So I want you to comment to Amaka. How old are you now? Drop it. Okay, you are slightly you are a matured person. You are in the list of people who are having sleep problems. And I think you benefited from what. Did you join us early today? If you are not able to sleep, do you do some massage? Some massage on your hand? Some hand massage. There are some that I will show us. Maybe I'll do a video and show you that you need to be doing on your hand when you lie down to sleep. And it's taking longer. So those people, I don't know, are you on any form of magnesium something? Because I showed us when I go on too much activity these days, but not every time. This one is not every time. It's like once in a week or once in 2 weeks or so twice in a week. It's not every time, because you should be aware of training your body in a way that it becomes so used to that thing. When your body is so used to it, to a particular thing, before it could do what it's supposed to do naturally, it becomes like you are spoiled, becomes like a spoiled child. That's how our body is. If you don't bring that in, it will not sleep. That's why doctors always discourage us from taking medication to sleep. They know why they are doing that. Because sleep should be natural. When your body gets used to medication. If it doesn't take medication, it won't sleep, which is bad for you. So for most people who are 65, I had already said that the magnesium-rich foods is what they should be going for. And you can find them in seeds. The one that's helping me, if you are taking too much peanuts, be careful of peanuts if you are 65. It really, I learned my lesson, even though today I still eat it. Even as today I ate it again. But you have to be aware of it. It's one of the leading cause of not sleeping in most seniors, because I've discussed with a lot of seniors. They are eating it a lot because it tastes great. It's a sort of protein, so it's a healthy fat. It's said to help with good cholesterol. So many beautiful things about it. So in addition to tasting great and being affordable, so a lot of, even though it's even expensive now, so a lot of people are on it, including myself. But if you notice you are not sleeping, you stay away from peanut and go and look for pumpkin seed. Look for dry fry it, very easy. Take it in the afternoon, you're going to sleep that night. Just mark me, it's what I tell. Get some pumpkin seeds. All these are bookies that are selling seeds, they have it. Buy chia seed. Chia seed contains calcium, iron, and some. Fry it together in a dry pot or frying pan, and then just chew it. Best time to chew it is midday or after your breakfast, because it is in fat form. Those things that are in fat form, they take a little time to circulate to the brain. Neka, Georgina, you're welcome. So they take some time to circulate. You will sleep. There's no day I took pumpkin seed that I didn't sleep. But I don't know, maybe because it's not sweet like peanut. No, peanut is so delicious. So most times I just leave it. I couldn't sleep because of my heart pumping high. Okay, I get what you are trying to say. I was trying to say that when the heart pump high and couldn't return, most times, God be my soul, most times it's because of this magnesium and calcium. So I'm asking you, Uzamaka, are you on any magnesium supplement? Please, I want you to respond. or let me know the magnesium-rich foods you are taking because of that your heart issue, because I would like to respond to it so that you can, even if you haven't slept, you can sleep at least. So you see, so if you are not sleeping and it's magnesium, like your own age now, it's mostly magnesium, and I know you are taking something like cocoa, it's a source of magnesium. Cocoa is a source of magnesium, finger millet is a source of magnesium, cashew in small amount. Most of them that are sources, if you take too much, they will work against you, they'll turn against you. So we have cashew nut is there, we have almond nut. I'm telling you, magnesium food sources. You can now search from there and know the ones that you are not taking. No foods are the same. So the ones that you are not taking, you can go and get it today from those aboki that are selling spices and seeds. So, and apart from that, if you feel you have been engaged in too much physical activity, this is what I started doing lately, and that's why I tell you, don't be so worried as if you are the only one that is going through sleep problem. Not at all. So I devised this one, I think this last month or so, that anytime I notice I went for strenuous exercise, maybe from church to one place or one thing, and I come back, and after I go and lie down, others may have slept few hours, I'm still awake, and I don't want it. So what I'm using to stop it now is my magnesium. See, I went and bought it. That's the first time I bought something like that. I went and bought it, and then when I noticed that I've been stressed, and it seems to me like my body is too light to sleep, it's too like agitated, low magnesium can cause it. Your body is not settling down. It's common with seniors like 65-year-old. It's not calming down. It's not, staying together. Low magnesium can cause it. So sometimes I take finger millet. I prepare little. It works too. It doesn't place load on the heart. It has good amount of fiber and magnesium. Most of the grains are good sources of magnesium too. Millet, finger millet. But the problem with the grains is that most of them are also sources of carbohydrates. And so if you are trying to help your heart, go bring in carbohydrates. And this papaya seed is very good too. It's a source of vitamin E. Apart from that, magnesium we are talking, another powerful antioxidant that our heart needs is that vitamin E. So if, for instance, you have taken something that is like it's heavy in your stomach, you know what I'm talking. So you have to go and get it. So you have to go and get it. Get one at your age. So any day that sleep is trying to become a problem, you take one of it, 500, and then boom, swallow after eating, so that your brain will calm down. This brain, it will not be too light when you lie down. So when you lie down, you will notice that your eyes and everything, is unwinding faster than you just lie down and you think you will sleep. You lie down, there was no sign of sleep. Before you know, it's 2 a.m. Before you know, it's 3 a.m. And like play, sleep have eluded you the whole night. And you wake up feeling angry. And people wouldn't know why. Yes, it's in tablet form. But it's not, I want to give you a caution. It's not something you'll be taking every day. That's how I do. That's why I say I'm not on it. I just keep it during any crisis moment when I know I don't do wahala too much. Some of you don't know that even this editing and whatever we are doing, now wahala is inside you. So sometimes when I know I've done a lot of wahala, I'll just take one. It's working for me, and I thank God for it. And it is one of the reasons. See the container. See it. So I didn't want to be showing all of that thing because it's not a paid promotion something. So the point is there are so many. Just get a good one. There's magnesium glycinate. This one is not even the best, but I just collected any one because I just thought I needed to beef up my magnesium, because all this lie down sometimes, brain no dey agree to sleep. It's magnesium, and I saw that it's working. Thank you, Mommy, for yesterday teaching about sleeping problems. Mommy, after telling us about sea salt, I do it yesterday night. It's work for me, Mommy. You're a wonderful mother. Can you see? Neka Georgina said it worked for her, my dear. Me too, it took me time to try it. You know, I'm a counselor to so many people. 10 years ago or 7 years ago, people will be coming to me, say, Mommy, they want to drink salt. I said, I no send though. That's that the more you live, the more you learn. They say they want to drink sea salt too. I said, I no send though. Because of blood pressure, but as you are learning every day. And one thing I do is, before I come and teach something, me self, let me say I see something online, I come and talk. I will try it. It's my own life. I will share. I will try it and see that it's work for me. They work. Honestly, it's working. Just take one small sea salt, not be this small, put inside. Some people say they put it inside their tongue. You know why? It's setting your teeth. All those teeth problems. Teeth is aching, throat. Small minerals over 82. You know what that means? You just drink it gently. It will just help to calm you down. If your digestion is very low, it's not digesting fast, it gets more magnesium. You don't know. It gets better. Go and check the minerals that are there. It's more than 82. Magnesium is one of it. Small minerals that you need to prevent bone problems. They are loaded here. It's not that you take milk. Before we were telling, if we don't take milk, where we will get magnesium? You will get enough. I'm more than 60 years, and I want to thank God. My 2 legs, if you know where I've been to this morning, before coming to do this live, I'm using my 2 legs. I'm not on any calcium supplement. I'm not on any this thing. But I told us that recently I started this one because the stress level is getting too much in this country. And because as we're aging too, I cannot tell you, say, if you see something that is going to help you, you shouldn't do it. But don't make it habitual. If you make it habitual, your body can no longer cope without it. There are some nights, as I told you now, Georgina, sometimes now, when you notice some things too, go and get a very good olive oil. My olive oil is not here. It's in my bedroom. If not, I will have shown you. So sometimes you don't take small olive oil. It's good too. And drink it. Take one water to send it. Sometimes if you don't go take water, sleep don't come. Like 15 minutes after. So sometimes you take it. So there are different scenarios. Now, if you get one tip on how, that's why you need to subscribe to this channel and make sure you are following Gracious Grace, bumper to bumper. God is my helper. I will not lie to you. I will not deceive you. Most of these challenges that some of you are, it's common amongst a lot of people. A lot of people are just still groping in the dark. There's no help, no solution. But if you can get someone who can tell you the truth, exactly what I'm doing. So that's what I do. So I'm glad you mentioned that this salt worked for you. Once you don't put them small, they push everything down. You're pushing the minerals down to your bones, your heart, your stomach, your gut health, everywhere before you, even your brain. Removing excess acidity from the brain is going to be extracting it. Small mineral, before you know it, your body will just calm. That agitation will not be there again. There are some people who are having low blood pressure. Some people are having high blood pressure. The sea salt stuff help to balance their blood pressure. Because some people are coming to say, can high blood pressure take it? It is to balance, to bring everything to a balance. Not be said blood pressure is high, or blood pressure is low, or blood sugar is, no. Sometimes blood sugar too, they low. They say blood sugar is low. I had the call last week. Blood sugar was low as 30. They are buying Coke, buying 7-Up to bring it up. That one is nonsense now. So that's what I'm trying to say. You don't have to, because this electrolyte imbalance is what is causing all this, all this imbalance. And I had told us that even the imbalance between sodium and potassium is the leading cause of most people's blood pressure, high blood pressure. Some people are taking medication, later they cried out that the medication is no more working. Why? Because they haven't solved the real cause of the problem of the high blood pressure, which is either imbalance between sodium and potassium. Whereas the potassium ought to be on a higher dosage. The people, because of too much processed foods in the diet, they discover that the body is having too much of sodium, because most of those foods are preserved and kept by sodium, salt, and it's not even the right kind of salt. It's even the refined table salt, which is what a lot of people are using. It's cheaper. It's even more available in the market. So you don't have to get so much troubles about sleep. If you talk of not sleep, I've suffered it more than a lot of people, and that's why I can confidently talk about it. Okay, Neka Georgina, I say thank you, man. It's over 2 weeks. I don't sleep well, but yesterday I slept well, man. Can you imagine? So what did you do? I'm interested, because we are here in a community. We want to help one another. So what did you do? Maybe sometimes you just found out that you have found a place where you can ask your questions. At least an elderly woman who is like you, who can understand what you are going through, that alone can make somebody to sleep. A lot of you are not aware that emotion, how you feel, can calm your mind down. So what you did, the other person said she took the sea salt water and it worked for her. Let me see the comment very well. And it worked for her. That was the Neka Georgina. Was it okay? I also buy that sea salt. Okay, I think it's Neka that is saying the same thing. Okay, it's Neka that said it. Okay, you are the one that made that comment. Okay, so that's it. I say congratulations. Congratulations for that. So you continue to eat well, eat low, don't eat starch too much. Too much starch. Be careful with starch. The sea salt really works. I tried it. Some people will be going to urinate like similar time. It controls urination too. If you take it well, you go just sleep. No go urinate up and down like 5-6 times before daybreak. Before you know it, you'll be placed on look at, are you people reading? Others should read it. Or she says she just put 1 piece of sea salt. Look at, that's what I said. You don't need to take 1 tablespoon or take something, just one small. And as you put 1 piece now, you see something. Next time you go want to put another small one, join them. That's how like a cigarette smoker, you like to be testing it out to see. But one thing with salt is that if it's too much, your body can't even accept it. Immediately you put your mouth, it's like your body tells you, no, it's okay. Because the body doesn't have where to put the excess, so it just pushes it away. It has a way of just signaling you that it doesn't want it. That's how it is. It doesn't want it. Because your heart can't even stand too much salt. It's one of your heart's worst enemy. And if you get the good one in good amount, it's one of your heart's best friend. Are you aware that it's one of your heart's worst enemy? Salt. So that's why you must take it in moderation. I don't take every day, me, even though the thing they work wonderfully. I go take today, tomorrow, like 3-4 days, I won't use it. Just to make sure that my body is not used to it. And there are others too that you can put to test to help you, to help you to sleep. There are so many things. You massage sometimes, every night, and not 2 nights are the same. Avila, yes, Avila, you are welcome. So not 2 nights are the same. You see, on the seesaw something, no 2 nights are the same. You just keep on once you get into. And again, there is something that I need to tell us. If you didn't have a nap in the afternoon, maybe for one reason or the other, you couldn't just have a nap. Because I said having a nap is very important, it's very crucial. If you want to sleep at night, don't joke with nap if you're a senior. Exercising is very important. Having a nap, very critical. It's one thing I've tested. Okay, you're talking about sea salt for your teachings. I felt more relief, even when what? Uzamaka, you said even when what? You couldn't finish that statement. I feel like you're welcome to the house. Thank you. So, Uzamaka Mwakobi, you are saying something. I felt more relief, even when what? It's an incomplete statement. Incomplete statement that you felt more relieved, even when what happened. Yes. We're saying that sea salt helps to sleep. I shared a video on it, and I've mentioned it on the food that helps you to sleep. But that lady, our mommy Neka Georgina, has testified that she went home after watching my videos on sea salt, and she went home and tried it, and she slept like never before. In fact, she commented it here that for 2 weeks she hadn't slept. It was giving her trouble. She knew they sleep well. She worried because that's how it be doing you. Say, but after watching that video, she went and took just one like small, just put inside water, one water, as I said, before she was going to bed. Say she slept well, and that's the testimony. And I'm saying there are several other things I'm doing, small things that I'm doing at different points to continue to address the issue of sleep, because the issue of sleep is very wide. It has so much to do with our wellness, our health, our well-being. Sleeping is so critical. You can't just one night of no sleep, your brain will be doing as if your enemy is trying to run amok. So that's why you said, even when I'm not started, thanks for your teaching, I felt more relief. Okay, I get what you are saying. You say even when you have not put the remedy to test, but the fact that you have found something that is going to work, that you have a relief in your mind, I think that's what you mean there. Yes, that's how it works. That's what your mind, you kind of have a relaxed mind that I've followed a channel that I will be learning things from somebody that at least, well, about the same age. So I'll be understanding what she's talking, and she too will be understanding what I'm talking. Because most of the things I talk here, things like menopause, a lot of people can't talk about menopause. A 30 years old or 35 may not know what is menopause or how it happens. You can't talk about what you haven't been through. Menopause comes with these sleep problems. So you want to understand what it feels like not to sleep. It's one of the challenges of menopause. I started having that problem during my perimenopause years. Yes, you lie down, you no sleep. You are wondering, no sleep. You that you could sleep, they will remove the foam and put you on the floor. That's my own type of sleep. So deep. They will remove you on the foam, put on the floor, and carry the foam away. You won't know. You are the one that you lie down from in the evening till morning, and you are not sleeping. And the afternoon, they say, hey, sleep in the afternoon now. Since you didn't sleep, still in the afternoon, you won't sleep. You lie down, you can't sleep. It's the challenge of that people get to when they are getting to that age. And sometimes it makes one to be angry. You know, you're just angry. They won't know why you're angry, because sleep makes you to feel refreshed and happy. Have you seen a child that hasn't slept? The child will be crying and be giving you trouble. But after the child has slept, the child starts smiling, the happy. But before that time, the baby will cry and cry. That is that power, the power of sleep. It helps to calm everything down. So that is it. So we have to, some of these tips and tricks like napping in the afternoon will help you. Try it too. If you are somebody that go from program to program, every engagement, every invitation, you go honor it. And at the end of the day, you come and be awake in the night. And in the morning, you will see have other programs, whether in the church or wherever, to meet. So it's not good. If you die today, life moves on. So you don't have to joke with your health. You don't have to joke with your life. Even if you are the general overseer of your assembly. If you are tired, tell them you are tired. Let someone else do it. If you haven't slept, you go and rest. Find time, find something to do, and look for solution, and get sleep. That is the truth. And get sleep. Ensure that you have slept, so that your brain will be well connected. And so we have talked. We've been here, and I want you, those of you who are just coming, to go to apart from subscribing to the channel, you can also go back and watch this video. It's been, I think, up to 1 hour or more that we've been talking about it. And I want to be random. Okay, somebody just dropped a question. Uzamaka, my sister Uzamaka. He said, you are saying, is eating banana healthy? Now, eating banana is a serotonin food, though. You know what I talk about serotonin food? It's one of the food that help you to sleep. But for seniors, it also raises blood sugar, especially ripe banana. If you are trying to search about banana now, they'll be confusing you with banana and plantain. Banana is healthy in moderation, especially if you are not diabetic. But banana is not on the list of my frequently eaten foods. Once in a while, unripe plantain is good because of its potassium content. And banana is a source of potassium because it's a source of potassium and because of blood pressure. But now when you are getting older, because of the calorie in banana and the sugar in it, I do no longer suggest it for seniors. There are other potassium-rich foods that you can take, especially from the vegetables family. But once in a while, you can take a little banana, but I hardly eat it. But it's not a very healthy food for seniors. I must be honest with you. It's not because it's heavy, it's weighty, and it's not a circulatory food. You know what I mean by circulatory food? We should engage more in food that improve blood circulation, so that blood can circulate to our legs. That's why I still recommend rice with vegetables, and grains, some kind of grains. Because if you are eating banana, I remember there was a time I was eating unripe plantain because I had it harvested nearby me, and I was just eating it. It started to build up insulin resistance. I made a video about it. And that's what a lot of people are doing. They'll be eating the unripe plantains. After all, it's good for diabetes. Before you know it, your stomach is getting bigger and bigger. Why? Because it's building up insulin resistance secretly and silently. That is it. But besides that, banana is a source of kaolin. Kaolin for your brain. It's one of the food that can help you sleep. That's why I say it's a serotonin food. Banana is a serotonin food. So the point about most of these foods is that you should just eat them in moderation. That's just the point I always like to emphasize. You just have to, if you see the food, you can take a little because of the health benefits. But if you start eating it, maybe you went and harvested one bunch of banana from your farm and you now eat it and say after all it's a natural food. it's going to raise your blood sugar. Before you know it, you may be complaining of things like arthritis on your feet. You'll be having other things, at your extremities. You'll be having pains because blood is not going there. So the type of fruits that even garden egg is not so good, even though it's not sweet. The type of fruits that I take occasionally is things like apples because of the malic acid. Fruits like occasional pineapple is a bone supporting fruit. Orange, at least one orange a day, is a source of vitamin C, and then it helps also, to reduce things like constipation. So, you don't have to indulge too much banana, but banana is good because of its potassium content. Take it in moderation. It's not a very the food that seniors should eat regularly. Even if it's unripe plantain, it's very good, but once in a while I take it, but don't take it frequently. It doesn't support blood circulation. Anything that will impair blood circulation in seniors, whether it's cocoyam or whatever, run away from it. It doesn't matter whether it's stopping, it's helping you manage your blood sugar. You have to run away from it. That is the truth about bananas and such foods. You can't believe it, even sweet potatoes. I'm becoming very skeptical. It's very rich, nutrient dense with vitamin A, vitamin E. But if you see the way I eat it these days, very small. Before I could just sit on it during breakfast and enjoy myself. But now, if I want to eat it, very small. Because it's heavy. Because of the weight. We are being mindful of what will put weight on us. Because anything that you eat that will make you that places a lot of weight, and it's not protein, it's not fiber, but carbs. Other things like carbs. It can make the senior to fall. If it's somebody that is already trying to avoid things like stroke or falling down, maybe because of weight, it's going to cause you to fall. But things like potato, because it makes your skin to look younger, look firmer. It's an anti-aging food. So you take it small. All those things, small. That is it. And always pair them all with protein. Yes. Pair them all with a good protein. Don't just eat it. Don't just eat it. Don't just eat it with red oil. Some people say they don't eat with oil itself, they just eat it like that. That's not good. That's not good. It's good to add protein to it. Add protein to it, eggs to it. It helps you. Now, there is something again that helps me with sleep. Most time, sleep is sometimes nutritional deficiency. Apart from eating egg, black-eyed cowpea protein is a source of magnesium. Most of those legumes, they are good in magnesium. So if you cook black-eyed cowpea, I normally prepare it sometimes with, and I will add a small fish, and then I will add potato leaves, add tomatoes, and I eat it. As a matter of fact, while I'm still eating it, sleep is already. That is, if I'm having scanty sleep or I'm not sleeping well as I should, cook black-eyed cowpea, put sweet potato leaves, put all this my sea salt, all this garlic, ginger, gongo, put turmeric, those circulatory food. Eat it. Put one egg. Before, see what ignorance did to me. I used to think that eating egg and beans or black-eyed cowpeas, the protein will be too much. Until lately, when we realize that beans is even a source of carbohydrates. Somebody is trying to lose weight, they eat beans every time. You won't lose weight like that. The carb is much. It goes well with egg, with fish, even meat. Talking of beans, but cook it with vegetables, magnesium-rich foods, so that the body gets magnesium. It's a source of magnesium. black-eyed cowpea. If you add it with potato leaves or other vegetables that are easily digestible, you also notice that you sleep. Sometimes your body is not getting enough magnesium from foods, because you must get them from foods. Most of the legumes are in it. So I gave you example of one food also, black-eyed cowpea. They call it iron beans. Cook it with potato leaves. Put a small potato, organic ginger, all this turmeric, sea salt, cinnamon, cayenne peppers, and all those. I don't cook with maggi and all those things. When you finish eating it, you see how calm. Don't cook it with yam. Some people are still eating it with yam. I can see some videos, old mama dey eat plantain with beans. No. Some of you are still eating it. The food that you were eating many years ago when you are young, you should be eating it. You now be cooking rice and beans together and be eating. These are not good foods that help you to sleep. And I like to end it here because we've been out all day talking about sleep. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I am Gracious Grace. Once again, thank you for coming. See you again. Bye.